Okay, what's going on, everybody? So, listen, today I want to just make a bit of a raw video and really just give you some game, honestly, on how you can create an online income. Okay, so, my channel, it has various things on it, right? From self-development to mindset to psychology to very deep concepts and all of that good stuff. But some of you have also been asking me to put out some practical stuff like, hey, how to actually A to B, right? Do stuff in 2024 to create an online income, because that's really where it all starts, right? Like your journey to excellence as a man or a woman, right? Mostly men watching this channel, always starts with you creating, financial security and abundance rather for yourself, not just security. So with that being said, look, there's a bunch of different business models out there, right? And one thing that I think is, one of the biggest trends that you're going to be able to tap into in 2024 is called hybrid commerce, right? That's at least the beautiful name that I chose to give it. So basically what this entails, right, is that you really want to think about, hey, what are the current trends, okay? And how can I capitalize on that? So when we start an online business, right, let me start there. When we start an online business, you usually have something that either requires you to spend your time to equate money, right? Put it this way, with my beautiful writing. Or if you don't do that, right, you're going to exchange essentially money, right, and time for money. Right? So business models like these, right, are like freelancing, right? Like even sales, right? I understand obviously that you're working for a commission and everybody always likes to say, oh, you're not trading your time for money. Well, you are trading your time for money. It's just with a commission. But regardless, like, obviously it's not that that's bad. Sales is good, but I'm just going to go through some options here with you, right? Things like SMMA. And by the way, I've done multiple of these things in my career in the beginning. Because those were just the options that I ran into, right? But I believe personally that there's more high leverage activities and business models. Excuse me, I've been drinking too much sparkling water. And business models, I'm not going to cut this video. And business models that are higher leverage for you, right? So where your time has a higher leverage, higher return on it, right? So that type of stuff, okay? And then to this side of the equation, we have things like crypto, obviously, right? We have things like drop shipping. We have things like, Amazon FBA, right, etc. That type of stuff, okay? And so here, what you're doing is obviously you're buying a bunch of product, right? And then you're obviously hoping to then sell that, right, to create an income for yourself. Now, the problem with this is that, right, here, you're having to invest a bunch of money before you really make money, right? And here, you're basically having to change your time for money. And if you're not exchanging your time, then yeah, like, okay, you're hiring someone else, but then it becomes a lot more complex very quickly. And for most everyday people, right, that is not really what they're looking for, right? Going from one 9 to 5 to another 9 to 5 just out of office. So anyhow, everything has its benefits. I'm not that type of dude who's going to be like, oh, there's one thing that's the end all be all. No, that's not true, because some people like really love sales, right? If that's you, then just do sales, right? Or maybe do two things, right? Or start with sales and then do something else, whatever, right? But like everything, or if someone is really, really passionate about like coding or web developing, if you're the best goddamn coder and web developer on earth, do that, right? Start freelancing and then start getting equity in companies, right? For building out the whole product, stuff like that. Like that is how you could scale something like that, right? So everything is right for somebody, right? So this video is not just to like fucking pitch one thing, but it's just something that I found out that I'm now doing with my associates, etc., and helping people do as well. And then with this, the other argument that you do have for this, right? Because I know a lot of people then they make these types of videos, and in the back of their mind, they do know that there's an argument against what they're saying, but they're just not going to mention it. So obviously with, what is it, Amazon FBA or dropshipping, you do have an organic traffic strategy as well, where you're not having to spend a bunch of money on the ads, but obviously then you still either have to buy the products if it's Amazon FBA, and if it's drop shipping, you do still run into issues with, having to obviously pay the suppliers, and having a low profit margin, etc., right? And just dealing with a lot of bullshit. I just personally have seen a lot of people, quit their drop shipping because of all the bans and all of that stuff, right? So anyhow, bans of ad accounts and stuff like that is what I mean. So that leaves us with the thing that I want to, right, kind of explain to you now, which is this method, right, which I like to call the hybrid method, okay? And what we do here is we take basically, that's why it's called hybrid, the best pieces of this business models, and the best pieces of this, right? So essentially what we do here is, what it essentially is a new form of affiliate marketing, okay? So basically we build attention, okay, in a certain niche, and then we turn that into dollars, right? We leverage that into, right, dollars by promoting other people's products, okay? And that basically will allow you to not do any of the delivery yourself, right? You don't have to do any of the selling yourself. You don't have to do anything. The only thing you're doing is marketing, right? So it's basically like being a salesperson, but then not having to actually sit there and do calls, because you're only going to be doing that marketing for about 60, to maybe 90 minutes a day, because it's very high leverage activities. That's why you have to do it so little, because it's very high leverage, okay? So look, what you got to understand is you don't actually have to show your face online to do this type of stuff, although you can, and obviously that will work because people like to have a personal connection, but you can absolutely do it without. We have students and my associates also, etc., that do it without showing their face. But all you do is you pick, first of all, niche, right? So I'll actually explain to you the various steps. So with picking a niche, you want to just choose something that is within a big niche, right? So looking at the big niches that actually have problems they want to solve, right? Because if you're going to be talking about clothes, right? I had a student the other day, he was trying to do this in clothing. And look, although you can do that, the problem with that is that if you want to promote clothes, right? Now the affiliate commission on that is going to be very low, because obviously they have a lot of product cost and stuff like that. So anyhow, the best thing to do is to really promote digital products, right? And also other things like supplements that also have digital products, that's also a possibility. But you want to do something in either the health, the wealth, the relationships, or the self-development niche, okay? Right? People usually forget about this niche, but it's actually getting big, so that's also a piece of it, right? Now, these niches, they're basically the biggest niches that people have. And if you're within a niche like this, and you build content in there, there's always going to be problems that people need or want to solve, right? So that simply means that, they're looking for, to improve their health, or to improve their wealth, or to get a better relationship, or fix their marriage, or whatever. And that means that you can then start promoting a digital coaching program or a course or whatever that is going to allow you to get like a 40 plus, right? Minimum 40% commission, right? And that is going to allow you to get big commissions, right? Like $1,000 commission or something per sale, right? Or at least like $800 or more, right? So basically, if you do it this way, you only need a couple sales per month, right? In order to basically create a full-time income from your laptop, right? In a very small amount of time a day. Now, I've had people do this from 16 years old to 65 years old, right? You don't need to be techie for this. I'm going to show you the various steps that are to this. And I'm just going to give you a bunch of game in this video, right? And then if you want to go deeper, okay, then feel free to click the link in the description, because I have a free training that's like 2 hours long. Obviously, I'm not going to make this 2 hours long. It's also my Sunday, as you can see on the screen. But with that being said, you can register for that training and you can check out the 2 hour training. And then, if that is also very, very valuable to you, then you can consider partnering with us. Okay. We have a partner program, always super upfront and transparent about why I'm doing a free training or whatever, because I hate people who, mismanage expectations. So you can check that out. And at the end, we'll tell you about that. But regardless, you get a lot of value, and I assume also from this video. So with that being said, let's look into this, right? So the step number 2 is to build attention once you've picked your niche, right? And so, by the way, this fucking thing. By the way, as far as your niche goes, right, you also base the program that you are going to promote on your niche, right? So let's put that in this step as well. And then from there on, you go and build attention, right? So that's also based on your niche, right? So let's say that you're choosing like the fitness niche or something like that. All that you're going to do is create an Instagram page, right? And create a TikTok page. And this is a simple example, right? You can do different platforms, etc. You can do all of them, whatever it is, right? But I always say focus on one, but repurpose on every. You get it? So you focus, you make the content creatively for one platform, but you repurpose it for everything. That gives you the highest chance of success and keeps it super simple. So essentially what you're going to do is you're just going to find like famous people in the fitness and wealth niche, etc. And you're just going to find podcasts of them. Okay. So actually I'll give this example, self-development, because I already have it here. Jordan Peterson obviously is a guy that's very viral, etc. Right. So what you could do is simply grab these and then go to a tool, right? That's called opus.pro, right? And this is, you can use this for free. And then you can essentially just copy the link, paste it in here, and then you're going to get a bunch of clips, get free clips, right? And then obviously it's at some point, if you want to get more and more, you do have to pay for it transparently. But this is actually very solid stuff. And from there on, you're going to download those and repost them on your account. And you're going to have original clips. Obviously, you can, if you want to increase the editing quality yourself as well, but you can use this tool to speed up the process. And with AI, it's actually going to get the clips that are most likely to go viral, right? So that is the short form stuff. Now, additionally, what you can do is you can create these little silent videos on Instagram, right? Where what you do is you make a video, right? You don't have to show your face. It could just be your damn garden or something like that. And in the video, in the reel, you put a caption, you put text in the video, right? And you say like, hey, this is how to get fit in 21 days or less. Read the caption, right? And then in the caption, you have that 21-day plan all written out. Those things go super viral nowadays, okay? And so that is also something you could do. So there's various faceless strategies. And then the last one, obviously, is actually doing it with your face and just speaking into it. So you don't have to get a lot of views for you, you don't have to get a lot of views for you to actually get, commissions like that. And it's something that's highly scalable because there's no ceiling. Because the more sales you get, the more you make, the less work you do. Where in damn near every business, it's the other way around. The more you make, like I used to have a marketing agency. And I remember like this was literally in 2018, right? And I was making like 15 grand a month, 10 to 15, right? Very early on. And then at some point I realized that I had kind of like, hit a ceiling because I knew subconsciously that every time I would get a new client, I would basically, self-sabotage a little bit because I knew in the back of my mind, like it's just going to be more work, more stress, more headache dealing with the client, dealing with the freelancer who's, or my employee who's basically running the ads, etc. And it's only going to be for an extra grand a month, for an extra 1,500 a month. So it wasn't really motivating me, right? Because that extra 1,500 a month came with a bunch of headache. But in a business model like this, you don't have to deal with that. So your brain, your mind is going to be super optimized to move forward just because of that reason. Right, so that's something to realize if you're in a business model where you have any pain or negativity subconsciously or consciously associated to your next level of wealth, your next goal, then that's really going to create self-sabotaging because your brain just simply wants to move towards pleasure and avoid pain. So if you have a mixed association, like, on the one hand, I want more money, but on the other hand, I don't want to, do more work and have less freedom, etc., right, not fulfill your values, then you're going to be in a sticky situation, right? So you can either change your perception about that or your reality. Here, we're looking at your reality because this business model is a different reality where obviously you can make endless sales and, you're not going to, have more work and stuff like that. Actually less, because if you're making a bunch of money, then you can even outsource the content. To be fair, you don't even have to make a bunch of money for that because it can be very cheap. But with that being said, you might think, oh, isn't that the exact same idea as sales where you're not then delivering the service? Well, no. Because with sales, every single day, and I love sales, guys. I'm just actually speaking facts here, like reality. With sales, right, you might start at 0 on Monday, right? And then you get 10 deals, and then you made like, whatever. Like, 10 deals in a day is like ridiculous, like a ridiculous amount. That's obviously a lot. But, or 10 appointments set, right? So let's just, for the argument, you made $100, okay? Then Tuesday, right? And I know that doesn't make sense, but just to be quick here, Tuesday, you start at 0 again. You get it? So the problem is, right, you are doing the activity and you're not building anything up. You're just building a skill, which is good, but it's not the highest leverage thing, right? As people have said, right, the highest leverage things in business are, right, tech, that's the highest one, right? Because tech will always, without you, just keep working, right? Obviously, you need to like fix things, but you can actually check Alex or Mosey's videos about this. And then it's media, okay? And media, right, that is actually what this whole business is based on. So affiliate, this hybrid commerce thing is like affiliate marketing, but organic and high ticket and with the basis in media, okay? So media always works like a snowball effect. So you start small, then you get bigger, then you get bigger, then you get bigger. And with a snowball, in the beginning, yes, it takes a bit of effort. You have to put some snow together and shit, and obviously you have to then push it down the hill. But once that thing is rolling, it grows on itself because it is called compounding effect, right? Warren Buffett said, actually Warren Buffett is right here too. This is an example of one of these pages that simply just grabs Warren Buffett, clips and then just reposts them, right? And now they're doing different, obviously, people as well. But, that is just an example of that. It's just so simple, right, to do this. Now, obviously, simple doesn't mean that it's easy. Like, you're going to have to be consistent, right? You're just going to have to keep this going and post every day. But, it is very simple. So getting back to the point here, Warren Buffett did say that compound interest is like the seventh or the eighth, whatever it is, right? Wonder of the world. And what he means by that is that if you actually look at Warren Buffett's net worth, then you see it going from here, right? And then it goes here, then it goes here, and then it's going to go zzz, right? So this is how it grows, exponential growth, right? This is the law of nature, okay? And this is obviously his age, right? And this is his net worth, right? This axis is net worth. And it's beautiful if I just spelled that. And this is his age. So this is the laws of nature, right? Like if you're in a high compound, high leverage activity, then you're dealing with exponential growth rather than linear growth, right? And so that is because your audience compounds on itself, okay? And most businesses that are super successful, think about Uber, right? Think about Amazon. They have a flywheel effect like this, right? Like Uber, the more people that use it, the more drivers are going to want to get on it, right? The more people that use it, the more drivers they're going to get, etc. Amazon, the more sellers there are, the more people buy on it because there's more product. The more sellers there are because there's more people buying it. There's more, you get it? So it feeds on itself. And here, right, that is obviously with the money that he's investing and stuff like that. And then if we think about the same graph, right? Sorry, that's not it. It's also not that extreme. If we think about the same graph, right, for hybrid commerce, it's like, okay, now it's nothing. Now it's a little bit. Now it's a little bit, right? This many, 1,000 people are watching my shit, right? And getting commissions. Now, right, because I'm already starting with 1,000 people, 1,000 followers, more like 3,000 people watch my stuff now, right? And then now it's like 5,000 people. And then now it's like 15,000 people, right? You get it? So now it's like 50,000 people. Now it's like 100,000 people. So it grows more rapidly. It's like the snowball, once again. Where's my snowball at? That grows down, rolls down the hill, right? And grows on itself. So that is something that's very important to realize. And this is also very motivating because you know in the back of your mind, I'm doing very little work and I'm just going to go so hard, right? Once this starts compounding on itself. So anyways, getting back to the point, right? That's how you do the content strategy. Now, once again, if you want to get more in depth with this, then go ahead and click the link below and watch the full training if you haven't yet. And you'll also actually be able to chat to my team. You can ask them any questions because you'll fill out your phone number, right? So we'll shoot you a quick text. And then if you do want to ask us a question, you can. And with that being said, also on the free training, what we'll give you if you stay till the end is actually like 25 of these videos that you can post done for you, right? So videos like these that you have seen here, you can actually get them done for you from us, right? So we'll do that for you and you can just literally get the link and download them. We'll email you the link if you actually attend that training. So you can then immediately get started, right? We just want to give people some extra reason to just get started because most people watch this and then they'll just, that sounds great. But then, they'll be like, oh, I have to go to this Opus site, I have to download it and this and that, and then they don't get started. But if you already post a few done for you videos, which is literally just download, post, now you're already getting started. You see a couple of views coming in and now you're already motivated, right? So that is just something that we like to do here. Then the third step, guys, right, is going to be to monetize. So as I already alluded to, this is highly associated to your niche. But what you're going to do is you're going to go to a site, right? Like, for example, that's not it. Clickbank.com, right? And then what you're going to do is, okay, I just had to log in real quick, but you're going to go into here, right? And then you're going to find your niche, right? Like, let's say new age, spiritual beliefs, etc., self-help, that type of stuff. And then what I like to do is actually go the highest, conversion thing, right? So this is like obviously has a high price per, conversion that is going to be paying out to you, right? So then what you're going to be able to do is promote, right? Click one link, and that is going to be the program that you're going to be able to promote. Now, obviously, you want to check it out, and you want to find a program that actually resonates with you and that has high conversions, right? And that also is within your niche. But if you found one that's great for you, then that's awesome, because you can literally do all that. Now, there's one more thing as far as monetizing goes, right? Because you can't just click this and then promote it. You actually need a funnel. And this is like the one catch about this business model. You do need like a funnel, and you need some email template, marketing, etc. Now, if you want to get that done for you, we do that for our partners, where we literally build it out for you within 3 to 7 days. You can also find the details about that in that link below, right? But besides that, I won't go into the exact, full details on how to do this, but you basically can start here, right? To start simple, you can just start here with the affiliate link and go directly there. So this is really one of the simplest income models. I like to say income models rather than business model, because you're not really starting a whole business. It's honestly like being a salesperson, but being a marketing person in that sense. You get it? However, you're not spending money on ads. You're just simply leveraging the attention economy, which is obviously getting huge, without the downsides of having to do crazy stuff and pranks and stuff like that online, and simply using a proven method, right, to be able to create attention and then leverage that into dollars. Now, the reason why people fail with this is a couple things, right? Number one, they have the wrong program that they promote, right? Which has either low conversions, right? Not a wanted program, right? Or they have a low commission, right? Because then you're never gonna really make a lot of cash, obviously. Secondly, obviously the social strategy, right? Social media strategy. And what else? The main tip I will give you for that, guys, is model. Now, once again, on the training, I'll show you multiple pages and how you can do that, but that is the main thing. Because if you think about it this way, if you follow the exact recipe and you just model what works, then at some point you're gonna get there. And you don't have to quit at any point, because you're not having to spend money to do this. It's all free, right? So keep that in mind. Whereas with something like dropshipping, right? Like you're spending money on ads. Now, if it's not working within the first month, you got to quit because you're out of fucking cash. You're going to have to loan money from mom or something like that, which you don't want to do, probably, right? So that is a couple reasons and a couple things. Now, with that being said, I hope this video gave you some value. Once again, if you want to go even deeper, then go ahead and check the link out below, and definitely leave me a comment or a like, or if you have any questions, right, comment below the video. And with that being said, I will see you, my friends, in the next one. Let's go crush 2024 and make some money.